Since 2019, Ghana has been extending a warm invitation to African Americans and people in diaspora, urging them to return to their ancestral land in West Africa. The initiative aims not only to help them rediscover their African heritage, but also to foster investment in the country, creating a mutual benefit for both the diaspora and Ghana. Ghana's Year of Return campaign, launched in 2019, has been a resounding success. More than 1,500 African Americans heeded the call to return to the motherland, with many others from the diaspora also making the journey. The experience has been so transformative that some visitors have chosen to extend their stay indefinitely, dazzled by Ghana's vibrant culture, welcoming people and abundant opportunities. Welcome. This is Rain Smith, and you're watching the New Africa channel. Before we go any further with our video, make sure to check out the products of Mzizi International, who are the official sponsor of our video today. Meaning roots in Swahili, Mzizi is the streetwear brand uniting the African diaspora through its sportswear-inspired looks in celebration of culture and heritage. From collaborating with Marvel on a Black Panther jersey to being profiled by the likes of Hypebeast and Vogue, Mzizi has exciting and high-quality products to choose from. Visit Mzizi.com for more information. Buy African, wear African, and stay rooted with Mzizi streetwear. Meet Chas Kaiser, an American diplomat who fell in love with the warmth and vitality of Ghana. In 2016, Kaiser visited Ghana as part of her official duties and was captivated by the country's rich cultural heritage and entrepreneurial spirit. 3 years later, she took the bold step of relocating to Ghana with her 4-year-old daughter, eager to tap into the limitless possibilities for business and innovation. For Kaiser, Ghana was not just a place to build a career, but a perfect haven to raise her child, with its friendly people, diverse communities, and inspiring cultural values.
I came because I realized just the enormous opportunity there is, especially for Black Americans, in terms of entrepreneurship and building businesses in Ghana, and because I just thought it would be an awesome place for my daughter to grow up.
After experiencing the challenges of relocation firsthand, Chas Kaiser knew she had to help others navigate the same journey. Drawing from her own experiences, she created a robust support network to help African Americans, particularly women, settle into Ghana and pursue their entrepreneurial aspirations.
So there's so many women, especially so many Black women, who want to visit Ghana, but the first question they have is it safe? Yes, it's safe. So I wanted to provide a safe and soft landing pad for Black women wanting to experience Ghana and wanting to network and meet new people. And I wanted to make it as easy as possible.
Kaiser's family joined her in Ghana in 2020, and together they started a business. Kaiser has noticed a surge in the number of African Americans relocating to Ghana and is optimistic that this trend will continue. She currently operates a social enterprise called Serendi Ghana that offers lodging and counseling services for solo female travelers seeking a peaceful and productive environment where they can work, learn, and rest in comfort. One of the facility's patrons, Simone Hardy from Chicago, mentioned that her decision to relocate from the United States was influenced by the issue of gun violence.
There's mass shootings. I know people personally who have been in mass shootings. You know, it's not a safe place, and especially for us as African Americans, we don't feel safe. So we are also searching for that void, and the peace, the serenity that you will find in Ghana, it's not something that you're going to experience in the U.S.
According to diaspora groups, numerous African Americans have relocated to Ghana in recent years. These groups also report that the new migrants have diversified into various business sectors, such as technology, real estate, and entertainment. Additionally, the Ghanaian government has provided incentives to encourage more people to migrate and invest in the West African nation. Ghana is widely recognized as a country that prioritizes sustainability and peace and has a history of successfully executing smooth transitions of power every 4 years. It is hoped that the influx of African American immigrants will contribute to the nation's economic stability. Ghana introduced the Year of Return initiative in 2019 and has been urging people of African descent living outside the continent to return home, and hundreds, including African Americans, have already made the move and are making positive contributions to the nation's communities and economy. Patricia Wilkins is one of those rare people who dare to follow their heart, even if it means leaving behind a comfortable life. Hailing from Queens, New York, Wilkins left her lucrative job in the fashion industry to embark on a life-changing journey to Ghana. Motivated by her own experiences as a child and a deep desire to help disadvantaged children, Wilkins' mission has remained unwavering: to combat poverty and enhance access to education.
Our mission has been consistent, and that is to alleviate poverty, to provide access to education, empower women and children, and we do that through educational support. Our work is very important because we're in a community where school enrollment is very low, school retention is also low.
The Wilkins Initiative is just one example of how African Americans are investing in Ghana and empowering the next generation with vital digital skills, especially young girls. In addition to this, the initiative has also helped women in the local community by sharing its fashion business expertise, enabling them to earn extra income to support their families.
There are Black Americans in this country that have been here for 50 years that have built bakeries like Bake Shop Classic and has provided jobs and skills to people. There are people who own tour companies. There are people who own schools. So we have a long line of history of Americans that have come back to what we believe is our motherland and come back and invested.
Joining the growing list of African Americans who have found a new home in Ghana is Tonia Safir Ankoma. Although originally from Mississippi, Safir Ankoma first visited Ghana as a tourist and was immediately drawn to the continent's charm and energy. Over time, she fell in love not only with Ghana, but also with a Ghanaian man, whom she is now happily married to. As a skilled attorney, Safir Ankoma brings valuable expertise and perspective to Ghana's legal profession, making a positive impact in her new community.
I'm contacted all the time by people who have questions, who want to know what it's like, who want to know, what the process is for getting a residency and things like that. So, but yes, there's something to be said for belonging. And here we belong. We just blend in like anybody else, you know what I'm saying? Here you gotta have money. So I tell everybody, when you're coming here, make sure you have a steady source of income to sustain yourself, because there are no safety nets like what we're accustomed to in the West. So really that's why family is very important here, and being connected to someone. So, that is the social safety net here, is your family, your friends and family.
Another important reason why Ghana has become a destination for most African Americans is due to its captivating ambience, its stunning landscapes, vibrant culture, and bustling urban centers. Many travelers, especially those from the U.S. who are part of the African diaspora, choose to visit this country because they are drawn to the places where their forefathers were once held captive and forced into slavery 400 years ago. One of these sites is the Cape Coast Castle, where countless Africans were imprisoned before being shipped off to the Americas against their will. Today, it remains a popular spot for those seeking to reconnect with their ancestral roots. As a result, tourism in this area has seen a recent surge in growth. During her visit to Cape Coast Castle, Tanya Spinkins, a tourist from the U.S., shared that she was motivated to explore the castle because she realized the Hollywood movies she had seen about enslavement lacked Africanness. She recognized that the people who were brought to America as slaves had their own culture and were taken from somewhere. She desired to visit Cape Coast Castle to absorb and experience the history of her ancestors without the influence of the white gaze.
I came here because I realized that so many of the stories about enslavement that I get to see in Hollywood movies are lacking Africanness. These people were brought from somewhere and they had a culture. And so I wanted to come and absorb what that is, so that I could have an experience of what my ancestors went through that didn't have the white gaze on it.
This location has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and typically takes around an hour to explore. It was initially established as a trading post by the Portuguese in 1555, but it was the Swedes who later built a timber fort on the site 100 years later. After being captured by the Danes, the British eventually took over the fort and transformed it into a castle by 1700. Today, this castle is recognized as the largest structure associated with the transatlantic slave trade, and it played a significant role in both the gold trade and the introduction of Christianity to the region. Additionally, the first formal education system was established here. Remnants of the castle's defense systems, such as cannons and mortars, can still be seen, and visitors can also explore the dungeons where enslaved individuals were once held. These dungeons served as sites of torture and inhumane treatment for those who were imprisoned there. Elmina Castle, located just 12 kilometers from Cape Coast, is also a key destination for tours focused on the roots of slavery. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the castle has significant historical value, having been the first trading post constructed by the Portuguese on the Gulf of Guinea back in 1482. Remarkably, it is also the oldest European-built structure located south of the Sahara. However, the castle's dark past is also part of its history, as it contains dungeons where enslaved people were confined and subjected to brutal treatment. Visiting Elmina Castle can therefore be an emotionally charged experience. Ghana's allure is irresistible, drawing in countless African Americans seeking to reconnect with their ancestral roots and explore Africa's hidden treasures. While some come as tourists, many are opting to stay for good, captivated by Ghana's hospitable and cozy vibe. With ample opportunities in various sectors, from tech and entrepreneurship to education and healthcare, Ghana's promise of a better life is hard to resist. As more and more African Americans discover the wonders of Ghana, the country's tourism industry is thriving, not just for Ghana, but for the whole of Africa. The influx of visitors is breathing new life into the continent's economy, opening up fresh prospects for sustainable development and growth. Hopefully, this trend will continue, inspiring even more people to take the plunge and experience the beauty of Ghana and Africa as a whole. Which African nation have you been yearning to explore? Let us know in the comments, and as always, be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the New Africa channel for more informative future videos.